What's up everybody, it is your boy Corey back again with another video. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit that like button, and please leave a comment if you find this video helpful, or if there's any questions you have about this video or anything you want to add to this video. Go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. All those will help me out tremendously. I'm trying to get to 50K subscribers by the end of the year, and I know we can do it. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what it's like to work in the corporate world. A lot of people have these preconceived notions about what it's like to work in corporate. So I'll be outlining my experience, what I've learned while being in corporate. So let's get into it.
Nice guy with a cold shoulder. Yeah, we cool, but I don't know you. Wrote a flower and I'm off the potion. Give me superpowers and I won't stop to the bank roll on supermassive. Big bank for the space chatter.
Alright guys, so just a background. I work in corporate. I work for a consulting company in the corporate world. We have over 500,000 employees across the world, so we're a big corporation all over the globe, every major city in the US. I'm based here in Atlanta, so that's a little bit of my background as far as being in the corporate world. This is my experience in the corporate world, especially being a black male, a black guy. So first, in the corporate world, it's hard to navigate when you first get into it because the world is so big, especially if you work for a big company. For me, example, when I first started, it was navigating what the company is like, also what the team you're working on is like, and trying to figure those things out. And the thing about corporate, they expect for you to come in and just do the job with little to no training, or as soon as you get done with training, you know exactly what you're doing. Like, they expect you to hit the ground running fast. And I'm the type of person where I like to go into a job and I would like to have a year to figure out what I'm doing, come up with new strategies, implement new things. So my first time on the job, or my first year on the job, it's more about me sitting back, analyzing, learning. In the corporate world, it's kind of hard to do that. They expect for you to come in and get the job done as soon as you come in, no really relaxing and understanding what your role is, and then trying to figure out how to implement things. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're fresh out of college, whether you had a job before working for them, they expect for you to come in knowing what you're doing. Maybe that's just my industry because it's the consulting industry and the consulting world, I don't know, but that's the way it is for me. So it can be a little bit hard navigating in that aspect if you don't pick up quick, or if you expect to have at least 6 months to kind of learn and then hit the ground running. It could be a little bit challenging. That's another thing. The corporate world is very fast paced. Things are changing. Especially, like I said, if it's a big company, things are changing. New restructures of the organization here and there. You get switched to a new team. You'll get new team members coming into your team. You have to train them. You have to understand how they're implementing different strategies to that. It's fast paced, and you have to be able to keep up with fast paced. You know what I'm saying? You could be placed on a project, and then that project in 6 weeks, or an internal project, and the next thing you know, you got to hop on another project. I'm telling you, it can be a lot. You like fast paced and changes a lot, I would say corporate world is definitely for you. I'm not sure about other companies, but every corporate company that I've worked for seem to be kind of fast paced, and I've worked for a large consulting company. Another thing about the corporate world, especially being African American, we typically, when we're on teams, we typically like to sit back and understand what's going on. We typically don't be the first one to raise our hands. We're typically not the most vocal. Whatever instructions is given, we'll do our job. But in the corporate world, you have to raise your hand. You have to communicate. That's the biggest thing. You have to communicate. You cannot go in the corporate world and not communicate. Respond to emails on time. Raise your hand for volunteer on projects. Go to team dinners. Go to team outings. Go to social, happy hours. You have to do that. Even if you just do your job. Even if you just go to work, you do well at your job, you do what you have to do. Even if you do that, you might still be labeled as you're not interested in your role, or you're not interested in your job. So what you have to do is you have to be able to communicate, and you have to go above and beyond, especially as a black male or female. You have to go above and beyond, because if you just do your job, it might be some conflicts. You have to go above and beyond and go well above the status quo. Also, a thing about working in corporate is a lot of people think that you have to be suited and booted and tied up all the time. At some places, yeah, like the banking industry and stuff like that, you might have to be suited and booted. I'm not gonna say it's over where you have to wear a suit and tie all the time, but it's not as often as it was back in the days. I just wore this because people think suit and tie when they hear corporate, but when I go to work, I barely wear a suit. I wear some nice jeans, button up, keep it open, some hard bottoms, some loafers, I tuck my shirt in, and that's about it. I don't want you to think that corporate you have to be like this. And then a lot of people think the corporate world is stuffy. You know what I'm saying? People be like, oh, it's stuffy in there, they're gonna be acting all uppity and this and that. At some companies it is. At my company, it typically isn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. But some good things about the corporate world is, especially for me, at a large corporation, we have a lot of fun events going on in the office. Some days we'll have a massage therapist in the office giving massages. We'll have professional photos being taken if you need that. After work, we'll have a happy hour in the office where they bring in a bar and, you know, just decompress. You know, having those perks while at work is always good. Sometimes you don't just want to go home, you want to stay at work, or you want to socialize. You have those opportunities, especially working for a big corporation. Of course, if you work for a big company, you get a lot of perks, 401ks and all that stuff, matching up to 6% and stuff. Like, you get into the weeds about all that, but you get a good bit of perks. You might get perks too. Going to a basketball game and being in the club section, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all kind of perks that comes with working for a big company and a big corporation that I've realized. I've had the opportunity to, you know, we have a suite in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I've been to Atlanta United game. I've had a tour of the stadium, all kind of stuff like that. Another thing about corporate that I like is just, at least at my company, is the diversity. You know, we have different ERGs, and ERGs is employee resource groups, so that could be African American ERG, that could be Hispanic, that could be men's ERG, women's ERG. So I'm a part of different ERGs, and I get to meet new people that, you know, work with me. Like, some of my good friends work with me. Some of my good friends, I go out and hang out with them outside of work. And that's pretty cool, working for, you know, a company that makes sure you can find friends within work, because a lot of times you're working more than you see your family. You're working more than you see some of your regular friends. Another thing about corporate is sometimes it's confusing. It's sometimes hard to understand the structure of your company, especially, again, if it's a large company. You have a hierarchy. You have a CEO. You have a global this. You have a regional this. You have a person you report to. Then the person you report to somebody different than who the CEO is. And then you got a team of people that report to a managing director that happen to report to. Yeah, it's a lot. So I would say the advice that I would give to you if you're going into the corporate world, spend a lot of time understanding what the hierarchy is, who the key players are, who you need to meet, who you need to network with, and then go from there. Another thing about the corporate world, especially in consulting, is you have to network. If you work for a consulting firm, you have to network. Whether you're a consultant, whether you're an analyst, whether you're in HR, whether you're in marketing, whatever, you have to network, because you will meet people that might be your next boss, and you have to take the time to network, socialize, introduce yourself, let them know that you might be interested in their area, that they're in the future, and make that connection so when it's time for you to jump ship to another area, another team, you can reach out to them and have somebody to be like, hey, this person is a person that's been interested for a while, or they can vouch for you. But networking is key, especially if you're a consultant or an analyst or something like that. Your next project is going to be determined on networking. If you met somebody at a social, at your job social, and they're, I don't know, a managing director over a client account, and you want to be in that area, and your project is up in 2 months, you need to make that connection now. So that way, when your project is up, you can be placed on another project. Easy as that. Well, it's not easy, but simple. Well, it's not simple, but, you know, some people have a hard time networking. I understand that, but definitely in the corporate world, especially in consulting, you have to network. Yeah, I have a whole plethora of things that I could talk about the corporate world and consulting industry. So if y'all have any questions, definitely let me know in the comment section, because I would love to make more videos like this, and I would love to help you all out if you're interested in that area or moving into the area or the corporate world, or if you're in the corporate world and you're having a hard time navigating, definitely let me know in the comment section, and I will make some more videos on that. And of course, I want to make some more videos about life, about getting a job and stuff like that. Anything you need to know that will help you be better, or help you land a job, help you be better in your job, or help you get the best opportunities, network, let me know in the comment section, because I want to make some videos and help you all out.